What's up, guys? Dr. Shepard here. We are talking 5 more signs that you might be in a relationship with a narcissist. Okay, so if you missed the last video, head back over and watch that one first, and we talk a little bit about some of the personality traits of narcissists and the first 5 signs that you might see if you are in a relationship with someone who is a narcissist. So we're going to talk about 5 more signs today. So if you are in a relationship with a narcissist, you're going to eventually notice that they never see your point of view in an argument. And this goes back to the idea of narcissists being unable to show empathy that we talked about in the last video. So they really can't understand your side of the argument because they only see their way as the right way. Narcissists actually tend to view most arguments as being them needing to teach you something, rather than being 2 people with differing viewpoints who are trying to understand each other better. If you've ever tried to argue with a narcissist, it's pretty pointless. You're not gonna win. Number 2, like we talked about in the first video, narcissists come off as extremely charming and attentive and kind when you first meet them. But then that tends to devolve into teasing you and putting you down, and then becomes overtly cruel and mean. And again, this goes back to the narcissist's sense of grandiosity. They feel the need to be elevated all the time. They feel the need to feel like they're better than other people. So aside from building themselves up, another great way for the narcissist to feel like they're better than other people is to put other people down. Number 3, related to that, is that they will often do this stuff in public. So it's totally normal for couples to pick on each other and tease each other a little bit, but it shouldn't be mean-spirited like we just talked about. And it should also be especially benign if you're in front of other people. But what you'll notice is that the narcissist sees this as their time to shine. So they really try to stuff you down if you're in front of your friends or people that are important to you or people that are important to the narcissist, because they want everybody to know that they're better than you. They're better than everybody, in fact. Number 4, if you try to tease them back, especially in front of other people, they will lose it. They can't handle it at all. And again, this goes back to the first video. We talked about narcissists having very fragile egos. So that's one of the reasons that they have to present this sense of grandiosity and this sense of self-importance, because they're actually super duper insecure, way more insecure than the average person. So if you start teasing them back about something that maybe they're self-conscious about, or you point out one of their flaws, they can't handle it. They lose it. They might get really mad at you. If you say something in public, they might make you leave immediately. It might escalate into a serious argument. And narcissists are also really good at pouting. So they might give you the cold shoulder or pout for days after you said something that most people wouldn't consider that offensive. Number 5, as you can imagine from most of the things that I've talked about so far, if you are in a relationship with a narcissist, they're gonna make you feel a lot worse about yourself. So this might be really subtle, but it's something that you'll notice over the course of maybe weeks to months or even years, that you used to be a more confident and outgoing person, and you used to actually kind of like yourself, but now you feel kind of, like you think of yourself as being kind of frumpy, or maybe not all that great of a person, or maybe you're just not all that confident. And it's not that you've changed or that there's anything wrong with you. It's that you've been around this person who's toxic for so long, who keeps pointing out anything that they can find as a flaw and keeps building themselves up and tearing you down. Nobody in their right mind can stay confident in that sort of scenario. So you're gonna notice a gradual decline in your self-confidence and your self-esteem. And this might start to affect your day-to-day life, your work life. You might notice that you shrink away from taking big projects that you used to really enjoy taking on. You might notice that you start to dress differently. Maybe you don't take care of yourself like you used to. You don't feel good about yourself, so you just kind of wear frumpy clothes all the time. Or you used to enjoy putting on makeup and you don't do it anymore because what's the point? I'm ugly anyways. Or you stopped going to the gym because your partner was always pointing out that you were pudgy, and so what's the point of going to the gym? I was trying really hard, but who cares anymore? So We can talk about self-confidence and ways to notice if your confidence is not so good. But in general, like, you're just gonna look back over the course of the relationship and notice that you've changed and not for the better, that this person has not been a good influence on you, that they haven't brought you closer to meeting your goals, and that frankly, you were doing better before you met them, which is not the way a relationship should be. Partners should build each other up, and being with your partner should make you a better person. All right, so that's the end of part 2 of signs that you might be in a relationship with a narcissist. So we'll do a part 3 with more signs. And then in part 4, we will talk about what to do if you've said, wow, all of these videos hit home and I am definitely in a relationship with a narcissist. Now what do I do? So if you aren't already, please hit subscribe and drop me a comment below to let me know if there's anything in particular you want to talk about, either related to narcissistic relationships or not, or if this is something that you've dealt with, or if any of this stuff rings true for you. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.